Made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, they go. She like, they go. Okay. Okay. That knock. What it do, people? You're now tuned in.
POPAVIST.
POPAVIST
TV. Oh yeah.
We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. To everybody else, you already know. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game. And we in the end game because Hov on the Blueprint 2 said, and I'm sorry, Ms RosiE PreZ, I call a spade, it just is what it is. But you can't give cred to anything Duke says. Same dude give you ice, now you arm some head. Shorty, it's time to wake up the dead. You sound a little naive in them articles that I read. OVA, and one of the whole best songs to me. And on the second verse, like, cause what are you talking about? But you see the thumbnail, so you know what we talking about. Can't y'all see that he's fake? The rap version of TD Jakes prophesizing on your CDs and tapes won't break you a crumb off the little bit that he makes. And this is with whom you want to place your faith. I put dollars on my, y'all know what it is. So TD Jakes then came out, got the people riled up like Bill O'Reilly. You only riling me up, right? And the thing is, you know, first of all, let's address the Ms RosiE PreZ. Like, you know what I mean? Anytime that, you know, a person call a spade, whether you agree with how they may have said it or pretty much just telling the truth. You know what I mean? The ugly truth instead of a beautiful lie. Sometimes that rub people the wrong way, self-included, you know what I mean? And it takes a mature individual and a person that's, you know, been through some things and know that, yeah, you're not going to always be right in life. You know what I mean? You're going to be wrong because we're human and we make mistakes. It's just that the difference is the adults and the people that's mature and they try to strive to be better individuals, they say, oh, nah, I was wrong at this point and I was wrong here and that's my bad, etc. And then they move on and they try not to do those things again. It's only the people that hasn't yet got to that point for whatever reason, arrested development, etc., where when you tell them the truth or, you know, you may point out something y'all disagree on, but showing the facts and the statistics and the data, if you will, they still don't want to accept it. They still want to be mad. So you have that part. Then you have, you know, a lot of people were saying, you know, like, sound familiar? Like, you know what I mean? Like Big Daddy Kane reference. It's quite confusing for you to remember the originator. And boy, do I hate a perpetrator, but I'm much greater. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, nothing is, you know, no idea is original, is nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. What you base your happiness on, material women and mad paper, that mean you inferior, not major. It's a Nas reference. And I say that to say, you know, though, you know, Kevin Samuels, that is the proclaimed Godfather, and any of those, you know, sectors and pockets of YouTube where, you know, they have what TD Jakes was spitting to the women. And if you haven't heard, this is what he said.
This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now. Because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me this morning.
So he said what he said, and I ain't gonna even act like I'm a TD Jakes aficionado. When I was locked, y'all know I'm not an angel on the channel. I think I read a novel of his about a relationship, if I'm not mistaken, and dropped the mic. So I'm not going to act like I know all about his sermons. And some people saying that the whole sermon was actually a great sermon. But the thing is this, I know I haven't been to church in a long time. So, besides funerals, unfortunately, may the Most High have mercy. But I do pass church on Sunday, fun day, going to the spot. I do see services, from the areas that I'm from and I frequent. And what you do see when they coming out or they going in, you don't see a lot of men. And maybe that's because, some of your most finest and sharpest preachers been dancing. They dancing machines. And what I mean by that, they pandering to the women and, saying stuff that is going to keep the women coming to the church. And so I could see why a large majority of men have left the church. But the thing is he right, though? In my estimation, the lie detector determines he was telling the truth. And the lie detector determined he was telling the motherfucking truth. And he was. And, you can like it, you can dread it, you can run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And, the thing is, is it a little too late? And like I said, I'm not an aficionado with him. Some people in the comments was saying that, he been teaching this for years. I really can't attest to that because I haven't been really following. So, but to hear it is, like I was saying, and like a lot of people in the sector been saying as far as the message, and it ain't really going nowhere. And if people don't shape up and ship out, and fly right, straighten up and fly right, as the song says. And at the end of the day, you can do what you want to do. Like, nobody going to tell nobody what to do because you grown, right? And we all going to move according to how we want to move. But when you do, subscribe to what he was saying, you can buy your own car, you can do this, you can do that. You can find yourselves in broken homes, or rather creating broken homes where the men is not around, the men don't want to be around, whether you think they should suck it up or not, or whether you think they should put up with it, etc. It's like, who wants to be around that? And that's coming from the, from the pastor man. But I'll give you an example. So today I'm moving around doing my, 1-2, just came from the gym, etc. And I guess like a girl, got into a fight. I'm not sure if she got jumped. I don't think so. And I don't know if it was her mother or aunt or cousin or a friend, but she definitely was the adult there. And she had some kids standing around her. And, while I'm getting my bike ready and I'm bouncing, she's like, yeah, because everybody fight. You just got to fight. Like, I guess telling her not to be scared or not to be embarrassed, maybe that she lost. But then some kids that was standing with her was like, they coming. And then when you look across the street, you can see a whole bunch of kids, maybe 10, 15, 12 kids, something like that. When they walk in a lot, it look like a lot of people. But one of the kids standing with her, like they got a gun or something, something to that effect. And she was like, what? She was like, they don't got that because it's broad daylight. And it was broad daylight. But we know that things still happen, whether it's sun out or, the moon is out. And so then she's like, well, I have to make a call. And, watching the whole exchange, I didn't see the fight with the little girl, I guess, getting her ass whipped. And, I've gotten my ass whipped as a kid. And, yeah, in the ghetto, nobody's smiling. The ghetto is rough in the GHETTO. That's a fact. But, as I recount some of the stuff I did as a kid, who was there, to walk me through it. And then now as a man, adult, like, when you see it, like, yeah, some kids gonna fight, they gotta defend themselves. But when you see parents not being the mediators and first trying to talk it out. Now, sometimes you can't talk it out and people just respect violence. I get it, especially in the, but you black community. I get it. But at least you would like to see people, level heads, prevail, coolness, and you see it's a woman having a whole bunch of children around her, and not saying she the leader of the pack, but when you heard when the kid talk about shit getting real, I got to call, like, who are you calling? You're not calling Ghostbusters. You're not calling Vivica Fox and Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett and set it off. You know what I mean? You're going to call a man, you know what I mean, or some street dude or something to come and, you know what I mean, situate the situation. And that's just one little small example. You know what I mean? The thing is, we just got to be more mindful and play your position. Everybody got a part, you know what I mean? And so, or you could do what you want and get the, you know, and you just have to deal with the outcomes or the outcome that you currently experiencing now. If it's a good one, then maybe you got the cheat code to the game and you above average, and that's you. You know what I mean? But for the most, you find yourself not really happy, you know what I mean? Household, not with a father and a mother or co-parent. I mean, it's like, yeah. Plus, even if you take away the kids, you know what I mean? Niggas don't want to deal with certain behaviors and attitudes, and men don't. And you can brush it off as, who cares or whatever, I'll find somebody. And maybe you will, but maybe you won't. So it's just something to think about, you know what I mean? Anyway, y'all was tuned in. POPAVIST TV, that's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.